Hi guys, Jeremy West here with J.A.O Medical Consultants. We're here today giving a brief tutorial on how to create Dragon speech recognition voice activated templates. This is a quick and easy way to help streamline your documentation process. From my experience, a lot of physicians lose so much time having to dictate these types of notes each time they complete a procedure. This just certainly makes it a lot quicker and simpler. Now, most EHRs do have a way to create templates within them, but so many times they're clunky, hard to configure. So this just makes a great way to make it a lot easier for you to get everything done. So we're going to use the example of a Botox injection procedure note for the purposes of this demonstration, but you can obviously create these types of templates for any procedures. In neurology, we've done them for EEG, EMG, injections, and even normal examinations. Another piece I'll cover at the end of the video is a feature called variable fields. I will definitely explain it a little bit more, but essentially it allows you to voice navigate through a partial template and then dictate areas that may change or have some variance depending on what or how you need to document. So without further ado, let's dive in here and I'll show you how to get this started. So first I'm just going to make this full screen so you guys can see it better, but most of you are probably familiar with Dragon, so you know the bar up here with the different menus. This is just the Dragon pad. Now ECW, which we're accustomed to working in, has an integration with Dragon, and you dictate right into the software. Most EHRs is going to be seamless that way, so we're just using Dragon pad just for today's presentation. But how you start is you head up to the menu here and you go to Tools. You're going to click there and you're going to go down to Add New Command. Click that. Now we're just going to name it something simple, short. Let's call it Botox Chronic Migraine Procedure Note. And we'll put a description here. We'll say Botox injection template for chronic migraine. We'll leave it as user defined, and we're going to hit the train button. When I hit this, what will happen is we'll bring up a menu and I will have to speak verbally what I want that's going to call up the procedure note. So I'll show you how we do that here. Hit train, and I'm just going to read the text here, and that's what's going to be able to activate the template when I'm dictating. So hit the go button. Botox chronic migraine procedure note. Then we're going to hit done. A little funky there. We're going to retrain it. Botox chronic migraine procedure note. There we go. Sometimes Dragon gets a little funky, but nothing you can't train it on. Now I'm going to copy and paste an actual note that one of the providers I work with use for their template, and you can kind of scroll through it and see, describes the procedure, they're prepped, 30 gauge needle, and lays out all the units for sort of the standard protocol injection for chronic migraine. So we're going to say save. Now I'm going to show you how we call it up. Botox chronic migraine procedure note. So we're going to shut up the microphone here, and you can see how easy that was. So instead of dictating line by line over and over again, or having to copy and paste from somewhere, or use a clunky template in the EHR, you can just call up a note that you're going to use repetitively. Now, the thing I was talking about before with variable fields, I'll show you and illustrate how you can actually use that within this type of template, but you can, again, tailor it to whatever template you're going to have most use for. So let's get rid of this here. Now, we're going to actually go back in, so we're going to go to Tools. We're going to go to the command browser instead of add new command, because I'm just going to edit the previous command that we created. So when you go here, you're going to go to user defined. Here you go. Here's the template that we created. So we're going to click it, we're going to right click, and we're going to say edit. It's just going to call up the same information that we already put in here. So the way you use variable fields would be like this. So if I wanted to take out the amount of units that were injected and have it be a variable field, we're just going to replace it with square brackets. An open and a close. There we go. We're going to do that for every area. Bear with me while I kind of go through this. Make it a little faster and copy and paste. So in the event that you're going to be doing this injection and you want this as sort of the base template, but you might change the units in one muscle or another area, this gives you a little more control over how you use it. So we save that, same thing. Now I'm going to call that template back up, but it's going to look a little different, and we'll run through it and I'll show you. Botox chronic migraine procedure note. 5 units. Next field. 5 units, 10 units total. Scratch that. 5 units, period. 10 units total for bilateral injection, period. Next field. 10 units bilateral, period. 20 units total, period. Next field. 20 units bilateral, period. 40 units total, period. Next field. 15 units bilateral, period. 30 units total, period. So I'm just going to stop it right there, just because you kind of understand the process here. So all these areas here where you're having the square brackets, anytime you say the word next field, it's going to move you to the next available bracket, and you can kind of fill in the blanks. So you can kind of see how this would be helpful in even like a normal examination. You might have sort of a base template that you use for the normal exam. If you structure it in a way that's kind of, making a statement then answering it, you can easily make this something that you can fly through your dictations and make it a little easier for yourself. So this is something we help lots of offices do, just a little way to implement a little technology that makes your life easier. And 2, 3, 4 minutes here and there for every visit you have, saves you 30 to an hour and prevents you from running behind schedule. So that's why we love using these. And in any event, if there's any questions, we're always happy to help. We always love taking on little things like this to help our clients. So feel free to reach out to us. Check us out on the web, www.jaomedical.com, and we'd be happy to talk further and see how we can help your business. Thanks for watching.